I had the idea that I wanted to drop some colors and do some white paste in my Colossal Crystal Edge mold, and I figured I would just try it in a smaller mold since that other one takes 44 ounces of resin and this one only took about 14 total. I'm using Magic Resin Tabletop and Art Resin. I've poured 7 ounces down in the bottom, and I'm just adding a lot of glitter here. I did get a little out of hand with the glitter, but when you're working in a bigger tray, you got to use a bit more glitter. I then took Sun Resin Ink by Octopus Fluids and drew my first set of dots, just keeping them close to the glitter. I then took Aronia, which is purple resin ink, and drew the next layer of dots, or rows of dots, I should say. I did let the resin sit till it got to about 32 to 33 degrees Celsius. And my third color is Green Apple Resin Ink by Octopus Fluids. And I'm just drawing an outer border there. I knew I didn't want this to be a flower because the shape is not of a flower, so I mixed up 2 ounces of resin for my white. Up there, I'm swirling the colors a little bit to mix them. But for the white, I mixed up 2 ounces and put in 6 drops of Let's Resin Ocean White pigment, which I'll be adding here in a second. Those colors are really rich already. Instead of drawing in circular motions like I do for my blooms, I just started making squiggly lines on the outside. I think Kevin has sped up this video a little bit. And I did a second row and a third row, trying to keep it away from the very center. Oh, and I went back around the outside apparently. I don't even know if I'm going in the same direction. I had no idea how this would turn out. So I was just trying new ideas. And here, rather than drawing in flower petals, I'm just drawing from the corners. And I believe I drew in at angles as well. Again, not knowing what I would come up with, but figuring it kind of bordered a flower bloom pour, so something should happen. As you see, when you use the resin inks, they don't dissipate as much as alcohol inks do because they're 5 times as concentrated. So the colors kind of stay put. I think there I was just kind of moving the white blobs that had shown up in certain places. And perhaps moving some of the green out towards the edge of the frame of the mold. After that resin is cured, I took Interference Violet pigment from Art Pro, and I'm just coloring the back of it. This time I didn't want to use black because the colors were so dense, so I'm going to mix up some purple mica that was close to the color purple that I put down, and put that on the back instead. So I mixed up another 7 ounces. This is just a generic tray mold, not one that we sell. Since I was doing this experiment before trying it in my 44-ounce Colossal Crystal Edge tray mold. I always end up swirling mica, but it doesn't do anything because it doesn't stay in the swirl pattern. It just eventually settles on its own. It does look pretty while you're doing it. Once the resin is cured, now it's time to see the end result. Wow, look at those colors. It's an explosion of color. Let us know what you think about it in the comments below.